Can we work it out? Only time will tell.
Good morning, friends. Welcome back to a new vlog. Today it's Monday. I'm back at work, as you can tell, and today I'm a little bit nervous, as I always get when I have a doctor's appointment. So today I have my neurologist appointment. I have done my big blood test before we went on holiday, and today I will be getting the results, and I'm praying for good ones. I'm praying that everything is going according to plan, and we are going together, Caesar and I, just in case, you know, knock on wood. I always feel more comfortable when he goes with me to these kind of things. He usually distracts me, makes me feel at ease, and we usually can laugh a little bit about things, and that helps. So we shall see what my doctor has to say. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of questions as to how I have been reacting to my treatment after my latest hospitalization, or whatever it's called. I was admitted this summer due to optic neuritis and a few other things. I was put on steroids, and I have been on high dose of steroids for a few weeks this summer. I'm still taking anti-vertigo medicine. I'm taking the antidepressants to help with my neurologic pain, and a few other things. And of course he will want to follow up with me and see how I'm doing. Also, something that is new is that later on in the week I have my first rehab appointment. So I'm gonna be getting some physical rehabilitation exercise or something. I'm not sure exactly how it will be, but it's at the hospital, and I assume that we will be focusing on my arm and my legs and stability, but we shall see. I will update you guys. This marks about 1 year since my diagnosis, and since I've had my diagnosis I've had a few new attacks and relapses, and just before the summer, or in June, July-ish, I had my diagnosis changed, so they upped me on the disability scale from a 1 to a 2.5, and then I got the words, what was it, highly aggressive and active multiple sclerosis, relapsing-remitting multiple sclerosis. So that's what my paper says. And I also want to ask him about potential treatments, because I'm on Ocrevus, and if I'm having relapses while on Ocrevus, then maybe they will want to change. I also think that he wants me to wait at least a year before making any decisions. And I have my next infusion coming up the 28th of September, so I have a lot of doctor's appointments and things coming up this next few days, and yeah, so there will be a lot of updates from me. And I also want to say thank you guys for watching my vlogs, my past 2 holiday vlogs from Sweden. They were more for me than for you. I understand that most of you are not here for those kinds of videos, but I do appreciate the fact that many of you watched them, so thank you very much. And yeah, so we'll be more like MS focused the next few videos, and I'm gonna try to share as many things as I possibly can to try and help you guys out too. And I am aware that I haven't addressed a few of the questions yet. I do have every intention of sitting down and filming a video dedicated to a few of the questions that I have been receiving during the summer. One of which was if I could go more into depth with my vision issues. And I absolutely have every intention of doing so. I just really want to make sure that I'm able to sit down and properly speak to you guys and not forget anything. So that's why I haven't done it yet. But please hold on. And if you have any other suggestions or questions, of course, you can always leave them down in the comments. Either I will answer them there, or I will make a video about them. to help more people, because I know that I'm not the only one with questions, and I appreciate the fact that somebody can lead the way. I used to be, or I remember when I was newly diagnosed, I loved following people who was just a tiny bit before me in their like MS journey, because then it was like I was through them preparing of what was to come, especially during the time when I was in the midst of getting my diagnosis, with the various tests that they put you through, that I found very stressful, and it was comforting to follow somebody that had been through it and seen them come out on the other side, things like that. So yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to leave them down below. I will be bringing you guys with me to the appointment later, not into the appointment, but leading up and afterwards. So yeah, let's get cracking. I need to start my work day. I have a few bits that I need to do today before I leave. I need to go a little bit early. I'm managing a checkout this morning with one of our tenants who are leaving, and then I have a few admin bits to take care of. There is always a lot of things to do in the office, but yeah. I had every intention in vlogging on the way to the hospital and afterwards and all of that, but then things happened and we were in a hurry. I nearly missed my appointment. We were almost late. So I was a little bit too stressed to actually update, and now I've had a little, not nap, but I was in bed with the kids when they were watching a movie, so I'm like a little bit tired. I mean, it's always mixed emotions after my appointments, but today I actually got to see a different neurologist, which I was not aware of, and he was surprised to see me, and he was not aware of my case, and it was like seeing the neurologist for the first time and, you know, going over things. At least he had my blood work done and the results were good, so that was a positive thing. And he has scheduled me in for my next MRI, and he's gonna try and get it for January. And yeah, I mean, I'm scheduled for my next infusion on the 28th, and then I have, like I mentioned, rehab starting this week. But the only thing I didn't like was that I did not get my next follow-up appointment with my neurologist. And I have no means of connecting with them. I have no way of communicating with them. So if I don't have an appointment scheduled, then I don't know how to reach them. So that's alarming. And then we did ask if stem cell treatment is available in Spain, if it exists here. And he said that it does, but he was very like, he didn't want to answer straightforward. I felt like all the questions I asked were just like met with silence and mumbles. So we were not very happy with the appointment. I didn't get any answers other than that. But he said that that's something available for people who have no other options, basically. And that's fine. But he didn't want to get into it. He didn't want to talk about it, I don't know. And he didn't want to talk about my MRIs. He didn't want to sit down with me and go through them. They just said, well, I don't think there are anything new on here. We don't see anything different, and that's fine. But I feel like they should take the time and show you the imaging, like the scans and everything, and explain what it is that they see. That at least that's how I would like it to be. But they're not. They're just watching it, making decisions, and coming to conclusions themselves without telling me. That's at least how I feel. And I'm frustrated because I mentioned to him that I feel like I'm getting worse, and I feel like since having my diagnosis, I got my diagnosis 1 year ago, and I feel like I have gotten so much worse in just 1 year. That's quite alarming to me. And he didn't have anything specific to say. And when you asked questions like, placement or location of lesions and things, there was no straightforward answer, because I know that I have lesions in the brainstem and in the cerebrum, I think it's called, so midbrain. And I've heard or I've read that having lesions in those two locations, especially together, is not a very good thing. And I don't know if he's not answering me because he don't want to stress me out, but I'm the kind of person who like to know, because if I know things then I can prepare myself mentally. And I feel like in this journey that I've had so far, there have been no way for me to prepare mentally. It's all happened to me, or like I had to process everything afterwards, and that's quite tiring. It's quite frustrating, and I feel like I'm on this emotional roller coaster every time I go to the hospital. And it's like you want to have answers, you want to know what the future looks like, and of course they can't tell you that because they don't know, but you want some kind of reassurance. Why am I doing everything I can if I'm not even getting like straightforward answers? I feel like I would do better if they just told me that, well, this does not look good, you can expect this and this to happen, or I don't know, or they will say you can stay optimistic because it looks like the activity has stopped, or I don't know, anything really, just something to grasp. And now it's just everything's up in the air. And I asked him about my medications. I said I'm still on the anti-vertigo medication and I'm on antidepressants, and if I want to stop taking those medications, can I, and how? And he was like, yeah, I suppose you could stop them if you want, and you can start them again if you want. I was like, okay, but I've heard that it's not the best thing to just stop if you're on antidepressants. I feel like there is a phasing out period to not have side effects. And he was like, oh, no. I was like, okay, I understand that I'm not on a very high dose, and maybe that's why it's okay for me to just stop. I felt like I was telling him what I wish he would have told me, if that makes sense. It almost made me miss my old neurologist, the one who's still there. He was in the next room. I don't know why I didn't get to see him. He is also, a character. Like, I feel like these people are characters. They are not, when they talk to you, they don't even vocalize properly. It's like they're whispering, and they feel like they're not sure of what they're saying, and that makes us feel even less certain. And I don't know what to say. I'm just frustrated as always. After my appointments, I'm now getting ready to cook dinner, and I just wanted to give you this quick little update because there is not really much to say other than the fact that my blood test came back good, so that makes me happy. At least there is nothing else going on in the body, so that's great. That's good news. Let me know if you have any... Oh, sorry. Ooh. Let me know if you have any advice or what you think I should do. There is not really an option of going private. I feel like it's going to be too expensive to go private. And sometimes I feel like I want to... I've always said that the Spanish healthcare system is so much better than the Swedish one, because that's my experience so far, but I feel like the neurologists in this area are not the best. I'm not clicking with them, so to speak. I would love to be able to change my neurologist for a different one. Somebody who's a little bit more active, and somebody who's able to say things, like who can vocalize properly and answer my questions. And sometimes I don't even know what to ask. It's like I go there, but I don't know what to ask because I don't know. I can't put my thoughts into words sometimes. Everything is just new to me still. And I feel like I never got the proper introduction to this whole thing. I feel like when you get other illnesses, it's like they sit you down and explain to you what it is that you have. Sometimes they will give you like a pamphlet or like an informative piece of paper for you to go home and read, and this is just like everything I know, everything I've learned is through reading myself and doing research myself and from experience, not because my neurologist have informed me. A little bit, of course, but not at all as much as I would have liked. Oh, I'm just so tired. This is taking all of my energy, these appointments. And yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here. I feel like I'm not making sense anymore, but I still wanted to make this update and have it go live when it happened. So thank you for watching, friends. Like I said, I have more videos coming, hopefully a little bit more useful, or hopefully a little bit more valuable. I don't know. I have more videos coming. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and stick around, and I will try and be a little bit more informative and upbeat next time. Thank you for watching. Bye, friends.
Can we work it out? Only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell.